All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a brand new bowling ball for you to review. It is the Roto Grip Duo. I don't know why I did that, but apparently this ball released and it's for a good cause. I think 5% of it goes to charity. So if anything, if you buy this ball, it makes you a good person.
Not particularly a good bowler.
Sure, yeah. So we got Duo. It's black and green. It's got a 249 RG for you bowling nerds out there and an 047, I think. So it's pretty low RG, mid-differential ball. Pretty much as benchmark as it gets for your standard curl symmetric bowling ball. So right in the middle, I'm gonna compare it to the IQ Tour Ruby just because it's new. It's got the same RG value, but less diff, but it has a stronger layout. This one, by the way, is a 5 1/4 by 4 by 3 layout. A layout that I've been using on tour a lot. Slightly weaker layout with a slightly longer pin. My IQ's got a stronger layout, and I also brought a Zen with a stronger layout as well. The Zen is probably gonna be the most comparable to this one, so we'll see how they stack up against each other. We've got some traffic on this lane. We bowl for a good amount of time, so we're gonna start in the middle, be a little more on the forward side, and then hop around the lane. So off the rip, what I'm kind of seeing is it picks up in the middle of the lane pretty good. Chris and Mikey have thrown this ball already. If I am deciphering his message correctly, he said it picks up in the mids, kind of like Exotic Gem. I kind of saw the same thing. It doesn't quite rip off it or exit the spot like an Exotic Gem, so just a little bit weaker. We're gonna move a little left off of that. Checked up a little quicker than I would have liked. Actually, maybe we'll just rotate it a little more. Almost perfect. Like I said, we beat up the lane pretty good. They're non-leak shot here. It's not buffered, just cut off at the end of the pattern. I had a feeling they felt a little harder when we were shooting these ball videos in the morning, so it's good to know that they actually are a little harder. Not as much hold in the middle of the lane, so we're more than likely either gonna be right of that flatness or left of it to create more push with angle. Let's move to the right first, and then we'll mess around to the left with the Duo and the rest of the bowling balls. Almost the same shot I threw to lose to, never mind. All right, I could probably move a little bit right off of that. So Duo, the ball wizard informed me that this thing is like pretty similar to the Daredevil core and Zen cover stock. So two very successful bowling balls, kind of hoping for the same out of the Duo. So there we go. That verifies it for the up the right players. Good enough. I'm just kidding. But
why are you kidding?
Well, take it for what you will, what you see in this ball video. Just because it goes down the same part of the lane as what you like to play, doesn't necessarily mean this ball is going to be good for you. Styles may vary. I'm bowling at a different bowling center than you, unless you bowl at South Point. But you don't throw it like me. I don't throw it like you. I'm really here just to try to explain to you what this ball does for me and how it stacks up, where it fits in the lineup of bowling balls we have. It's really hard to trust what you're seeing because most bowlers on average don't really know what they're seeing. I'm not trying to knock anybody, but that's just the reality of it. So hopefully what I'm saying about the bowling ball registers with you and you can make an educated decision in the pro shop. All right, back to the left. I don't want to mess around to the right anymore. Okay, it's very interesting when it gets off of it, and this might be because of the layout. It doesn't really get off it too hard, doesn't get going forward that quick, and I really think it is the layout more than anything. Cannot confirm nor deny because the other bowling balls are real stronger, so let's just keep moving left. I was a big fan of the Daredevil, obviously Zen ball good, so when you combine the parts, hopefully it creates a somewhat successful bowling ball, hopefully very successful. Oh.
Is that why they call it the Duo?
The Duo, no. So this bowling ball, I believe, was a collaboration between the, I don't know what they call themselves, the Shafany show? Shafany? It's Shannon O'Keefe and Stephanie Johnson. This is their collab ball. Their collab ball for a good cause. All right, let's take another step to the left, and then we'll throw a different one. We chopped the lanes up pretty good. This is kind of telling me it's reading the front of the lane a little inconsistently at the moment. It's not quite clean enough or not quite early enough to kind of see it the same way every time. So maybe some surface adjustments for what we're bowling on at the moment. But we do have the Zen here, which is the most similar bowling ball, in my opinion, to the Duo in our line. So we're gonna take it from the same spot, see what the Zen wants to do from here. They get a little steeper, so it saw some of that friction quicker to the right. Honestly, shape-wise, not terribly different in terms of strength. I just think the stronger layout helped it pick up a little quicker, a little smoother. I could probably go back to the right a little bit with the Zen. Not the tour move, but it's gonna be the house shot move for the day. And there we go.
It's like a half house shot.
half house shot. It is their house pattern for the morning. We'll go back to the duo in that same spot. It is kind of hard to tell which one is cleaner, which tells me they are pretty similar. Or they're just identical.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, you get into the right spot with the right ball, it's gonna look pretty good. Rather than me jumping around, pointing the wrong parts of the lane, trying to do all these funky things and being really inconsistent, making the ball look really bad.
Sounds like me in league right last night.
If you can relate to that, maybe there's something there. You just gotta find the right spot. So based on that, we're gonna go to the Ruby and we'll see what this does in this spot. This ball has looked really good. So I like that that's what it did, because that's pretty much what it's supposed to do compared to the other ones. A lot less diff, a cleaner cover. It should float through it, blow by it a little more. Can these fit in the same bag? IQ versus Zen/Duo? Absolutely. I think the IQ Ruby will be a good ball down from the other two balls. The Zen and the Duo are about as benchmark as it gets in terms of pro balls.
I have a question for you.
Question, answer.
When it's time to make a ball change, right? And
yes.
Specifically a ball down change.
Okay.
What do you do with your feet?
What do I do with my feet?
When you ball down.
I'm making the best guess possible. I could be moving left. I'm almost never moving right, because the whole purpose of balling down is to find more push through the front of the lane. If we move back to the right, that's just getting back into more hook in the front. Typically, we're not moving right. This is on tour though. In league, you guys have seen me struggle for a long time in league if you've been watching the channel. Just kind of a random guess a lot of times. If you're gonna make a ball change, and let's say your ball's starting to burn out, the ball's going a little bit too high, I wouldn't overcomplicate it, just make the ball change. Don't move your feet, don't do anything different except for the ball change. That's what we did there. What can we do different now? We could probably try to move back to the right a little bit on this house shot. With the stronger bowling balls, I would probably just keep trying to throw the same ball until I get to a point where I don't think it's gonna do the right thing anymore. But with this one, I'm gonna move 2 to the right and then throw the same shot. That was very much not the same shot, but it did shape up just enough to knock them all down. So that kind of tells me I could probably keep going right. Will I keep doing that? Probably not. The Duo and the Zen look really good from that spot to the left. And I really kind of just want to let it come to me. If you've got good ball reaction from further left than you think, that could be a good indicator that you'll be able to stay there for a little longer if there aren't as many people in that spot. So we'll take another little step to the right. This IQ has drilled the strongest out of all 3 bowling balls, by the way, and it still flares about the same amount. That is telling me the core is definitely weaker in this ball. With how far down the lane it's getting, cover is definitely weaker as well. So I'm moving another 2 to the right. So that's 4 further right than the Zen and the Duo. So if you want to put that in your notebook, in your pocket, it's probably about a good 4 to 5 boards different.
Those are 4 further right, but the ball is weaker. Typically you'd be moving left, but in this case you're moving right.
So the concepts are a little bit different when you're bowling on tour versus when you're bowling league. You can think of it as 4 to 5 weaker. It's not set in the stone. It's different for everybody. Layouts, of course, matter. Surfaces as well. For what I'm seeing right now, if I want that good nut ball reaction, I'm probably going to be 4 further right with the IQ. But as the lane starts to burn up really bad, I might end up further left than I would with the stronger balls, because the stronger balls aren't always going to get through the front of the lane enough to retain enough energy to get off the spot as the weaker bowling balls do. So that's why we typically don't move right on tour with weaker balls, because with the weaker cover stocks, they become more responsive to friction because they hang on to that energy a little bit longer. When they see friction, they're subject to getting off the spot a lot harder. So if we move right into the friction, if we happen to catch it a little different, a little more, a little less, they might see the front of the lane way different just because it's so chopped up in that spot. So that's why we're always moving left. We'll go back to Duo. Same spot as Ruby. We will try to make it work at this spot. I'll throw it the same first. So even that one was a little inside out. I would expect that one to push down the lane a little more on the house shot. If I get into the same spot as the Ruby down the lane, probably gonna come off it a little earlier, to be honest. A little earlier, a little more. So off of that, I'm just gonna try to pick up the ball speed. We're gonna send you off on one more. We'll just screw it. Let's just do the thing.
Okay.
That 9 pinned every time earlier, so I'm happy that struck. Thanks for watching.